A fiery collapse. I-85 closed in both directions this morning from the Brookwood Split to North Druid Hills exit. The governor declaring a state of emergency. We have live team coverage, and it continues right now.
Good morning. I'm Amanda Davis. It's Friday, March 31st.
And I'm Bobby Capel. There will be no quick fix for this traffic nightmare and structural damage that has ensued.
Chopper 46 is live over the mess right now. Drivers must find another way to work if you have to go to work.
And CBS 46 has a team of reporters fanned out across Atlanta, but we begin with Julie Smith and traffic.
Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, it is going to be a mess this morning, and you are looking at Chopper 46 over the scene of where this actually happened, this collapse on I-85 over top of Piedmont Road. They're going to be working on this, as you've heard. It's going to be a while, but we don't know exactly when this will be completely cleared up. So this morning, what I want to show you is how we're going to get around it, but keep in mind, it's still going to be difficult because everybody has to do this. Now, you see this area in purple. This is where 85 is actually shut down. It stops at the, starts at the downtown connector at the top of it, at the Brookwood Split. And then it goes to right in this area near Georgia 400, Druid Hills Road. Completely shut down. You're not going to be able to move through there. So to pull back out and give you some perspective here, you folks in Gwinnett County, this is where we're starting to see the most of the morning commute build. You folks can take 285 westbound to the Cobb Cloverleaf, then southbound onto 75 to get into downtown and Midtown. You can also go southbound on 285 into DeKalb County out of Spaghetti Junction, and then take I-20 westbound into the city. The rest of you, Georgia 400, you want to do the same thing, move over to the Cobb Cloverleaf, but we know you're not used to it. You're going to be merging with the traffic coming out of Cherokee County, Cobb County, so be prepared. Stay home if you can. If you cannot do that, you just need to give yourself plenty of extra time. You're going to need it, at least an hour, if not more. But these are going to be your really difficult trouble spots. And you see that volume building on the map right now behind me in the red or the orange and the yellow. And it's only going to get worse from there. Amanda and Bobby.
Yeah, expected to get ugly from there. Thank you very much, Julie. We go now with our team coverage. CBS 46's Adam Harding, who is live at the scene. So, Adam, walk us through what it looks like right now.
Bobby, we're right above Piedmont Road, which is closed right now. Let me step out of the way and show you, because a huge stretch of Piedmont is closed near the inner highway right there. That's I-85. Off in the distance there, you see the flashing lights. Those are the crews that are actually on top of I-85. You can even see the signs for I-85. And the smoke that is billowing from when flames reignited earlier this morning, this entire stretch right off of Piedmont Circle in northeast Atlanta is shut down as the investigation this morning into what happened yesterday continues. I-85, the height of Thursday's rush hour, a fireball shooting into the sky. One of Atlanta's most traveled highways collapsing, shutting down the city. We have DOT has put their inspectors in place. They have contacted the original crew, the company who built the bridge in the first place, and they are sending their people to assess the extent of the damage. And we're trying to determine everything we can about how quick can we repair it and get it back in service. The governor confirming there are no reports of any injuries. Firefighters working for hours as traffic was at a standstill. It's going to take some time to get it repaired and get it back in service.
My friend called me online, told me when I was at work, said, "Where are you? Are you home?" I said, "No." So he was like, "Don't come home." "What do you mean, don't come home?" "The bridge right by the house collapsed." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Investigators now digging into the cause of the fire. Spools of fiber optic cable stored under the interstate, likely fueling the flames. The view from Google Earth on the ground giving us a look at just how much there was.
I know there was a lot of that around there, and obviously that was plastic that was burning.
But this is a big deal.
Overnight, drivers seen abandoning their cars on the highway, a sight this city has never seen before.
I don't have the ability to tell you how long this incident will take to correct or to restore travel on Interstate I-85 northbound or southbound. Repair to this essential interstate is our top priority.
And we take you back out live here to Piedmont Road. We're showing you right now where the area is blocked off. You see the barriers right there on the front side of the highway right before the overpass, and the road is blocked off as crews continue their investigation. They will be here all morning long. We're live this morning in northeast Atlanta. I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News.
Adam, thank you. The fiery collapse on I-85 on the northbound side has commuters scrambling this morning to figure out a new way to work. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm is live for us with the aftermath of this collapse. Rebecca.
Hi, Amanda. Yeah, we're just a couple of hundred yards away from where Adam is because we want to show you how the surface streets are affected because of all this. We're just west of I-85, and they've got Piedmont shut down right now in both directions. The only thing drivers headed sort of eastbound, southbound can do is turn right onto the Buford connector. They cannot get onto I-85 northbound because this is the spot where an entire section of the elevated northbound lanes of the interstate collapsed onto the surface below. Let's show you some video we shot when we first started our shift a few hours ago. There were still flames here at the scene hours after the initial fire. It had apparently started back up, so firefighters had to douse it once again. You might be able to see here the once elevated lanes of the northbound side. That's now flat on the surface below. The head of the Georgia State Patrol warns us this bridge collapse on I-85, which is a major artery into and out of Atlanta, is going to shake things up for a lot of commuters for who knows how long.
Most of us are used to our routines. We're used to that one way we come to work, one way to do our business. So this is the time to start planning and looking for an alternate route on how you do your business.
Yeah, and I want you to take another live look at the traffic that's already building here on Piedmont Road as drivers try to get through here. We're seeing many of them jump the curb and turn around once they realize they can't get through. Otherwise, they're forced into this one lane here and they're forced to turn right. The commissioner brings up a good point. The Braves' very first game in the new SunTrust Park, it's an exhibition game, and it is tonight at 7:35. Now, that is several miles from here in Cobb County, but remember, there are going to be a lot of people who don't know their way around to begin with, and on top of that, you've got all of these people who would normally take I-85, and they're scrambling to try to figure out a way home. So this is going to be a madhouse tonight. If you're headed to that game, you definitely want to get there very, very early and be prepared for a mess in the heart of Atlanta for perhaps weeks and maybe even months to come as they try to replace this elevated surface here of the interstate that collapsed to the ground below. We're live in Northeast Atlanta. Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
All right, thank you so much, Rebecca. One way to avoid this area of I-85 and the traffic calamity that is going along with it is to ride MARTA.
That's right. Too bad we don't have a more extensive subway system, but it'll have to do. We have CBS 46's Astrid Martinez live for us at the Chamblee MARTA station. Astrid.
That's right, Amanda. Public transportation officials are urging people to use MARTA. I want you to take a look at this parking lot here at the Chamblee station. On a typical day, this place is usually pretty packed. It's still pretty early, but we are seeing commuters slowly trickling in, and that's what MARTA officials want to see more of, because if you can see from some of this video that we shot yesterday, some aerial scenes, this traffic is going to be a mess. So MARTA is working with several traffic agencies to ease traffic headaches expected today. Rail service will be increased. Times will also be extended. Now, MARTA will also have more employees on hand to answer any questions and clear up any confusion that passengers may have. Keep in mind that hundreds of thousands of people usually pass through the I-85 corridors, so those people will be looking for other ways to get around. And if you are going to be on the roads, officials say travel times will be affected and bus schedules will be unpredictable. People that we spoke with say all they can do is wait.
I hate it for the people who are stuck in that, because I don't know how tomorrow's going to be any better. I mean, it's with that entire stretch 85 closed, I don't know how you're going to get to work tomorrow.
So as we all know, this part of I-85 that is shut down is heavily trafficked. If you drive through there in the morning or afternoon rush hours, you know that it gets as packed as it can get. This is a significant event that we're dealing with, so it's going to be a very, very long time. Make sure that if you are going to travel, that you do consider public transportation or carpooling so you can reduce the amount of cars on the roadways. For now, we're live in Chamblee. Astrid Martinez, CBS 46 News.
news. All right, Astrid, thank you. And we're talking GDOT says 250,000 cars daily use that stretch of I-85. So what a mess this morning. Stay with CBS 46. We will stay on this bridge collapse, rather the interstate collapse this morning. Visit us on CBS46.com. Our special section at the top has pictures that you have sent us, as well as alternate routes to keep you moving as best as possible.
Well, while all of this was happening on I-85, strong storms moved through Atlanta overnight. A tree landing on a home in Stone Mountain, knocking out power. There are no injuries to report there. And a home in Lilburn taking a hit as well. You can see the tree and its limbs strewn across the yard. Crews will be out there in Gwinnett County today doing some cleanup work. We got a live look for you right now at the radar, where we have some wet roads. As the rain has finally moved out of the Atlanta area, let's go over to meteorologist Jennifer Valdez, who's got a look at your forecast.
As if we don't have enough headaches to deal with this morning. Then it rained all night right over the roads that you are traveling on this morning. Luckily, that rain, at least in Atlanta, is over and done with. You may see a sprinkle here in the next couple of hours, but most of the rain is out of here, well east of the city, even east of Athens. A few showers in the North Georgia mountains, so it's not dry yet, at least not all over North Georgia, but we're getting there slowly but surely. And really, in the next hour, you're going to notice a big improvement. In the next 2 hours, everyone should be dry as that system moves out. We'll see decreasing clouds today. The rest of the afternoon looks great. And if you're going to the Braves game, lucky you. As long as you don't have to sit through traffic to get there. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you don't have to travel on I-85. But at least weather-wise, it is going to be nice, although cooler tonight. At 7 a.m., maybe a sprinkle around, but most of us dry at this point. Cloudy skies in 61. Decreasing clouds at noon, 68 degrees. And then by 5 o'clock, we'll get up to about 74 degrees. So still above average for this time of year, but certainly cooler than we've seen this week. Tonight, that continues. We're dropping down to 52 degrees. The past couple of mornings, we've been around 60. So it will be a little cooler with mostly clear skies, but really nice night for a baseball game or for whatever you have planned on this Friday. I'm going to show you that weekend forecast because it's just as nice, if not better. We're also going to talk about rain in next week's forecast and the possibility of storms. First, we're going to get right to Julie Smith for the very latest on traffic.
Good morning, everybody. For those of you just joining us, we're going to fill you in on what's happening. Right now, you see a live shot of Piedmont Road. We have one southbound lane open now on Piedmont Road. That was shut down in both directions. So a little bit of good news, but for the most part this morning is a headache, a huge headache, a big nightmare. I'll take you to the map now, show you exactly where I-85 is shut down. It starts at the top of the connector at the Brookwood Split. It runs both directions along 85 to Druid Hills Road. So you are going to have some alternate routes that are still going to be a headache because everybody's trying to do the same thing. Now, starting in Gwinnett County, you guys are already picking up quite a bit of volume. You can take 285 over to the Cobb Cloverleaf to I-75 southbound, or at Spaghetti Junction. You can jump on 285 southbound to I-20 west. You folks on Georgia 400, do the same thing. Head to Cobb Cloverleaf. You're picking up volume in Cobb County right now as well, so you're all going to be there together, and it's going to be a big headache. Stay home, work from home if you're able to. If you can't do that, you need at least an hour earlier than normal getting out the door. These are your tough spots this morning. I'll be back shortly to update you. Amanda and Bobby.
All right, Julie, thank you. WGST Radio is simulcasting this newscast this morning to listeners across North Georgia. WGST, a member of the iHeartRadio network, as well as a partner with CBS 46. And we want to welcome you to our air.
As we head to break now, we want to take you back to these live pictures over I-85. Daniel Wilkerson with a live report on the other side, taking a look at how the roadways are handling all this. He's in the CBS 46 Weather Lab on the streets. We have that for you after this.